Hello and happy, beautiful day to you. Today I want to share with you a very important insight regarding the topic of change and embracing a real change. Now, as we dive in, today's insight might seem simple on the surface, but it's profound at a deeper level. And you'll see what I mean as we step in, because all of the time, let's be honest, people may struggle with change. People want to change, or they want to really change their lives, but they may not want to change on the inside. And so if we stop and look at, even what is change? And by the way, that was a question that our beautiful volunteer asked on the last podcast episode, as she said, well, how do I change? And what do I change? And that's the thing, is so often in the mindset, people are looking at things in the same way and they feel in the same way, but they want to get rid of the hurt. And so imagine for a moment, if you're looking at something in the same way, and you're thinking about it in the same way, and you're perceiving it in the same way, you're going to continue to create more and more of those same feelings. And so all of the time, I've seen people who ultimately are, wanting to change, and they're on the healing journey or the spiritual journey or self-help journey or whatnot, and they're trying really hard to change. But there's a deeper part of them that wants to stay the same. And so it feels like a struggle. And another way to think about it is like this, is that imagine for a moment if you were trying to change a friend who didn't want to change. How easy is that? It's impossible. It's impossible to change somebody who doesn't want to change. And so a lot of times what can happen is at a deeper level of the mind, there's a part of the mind that doesn't want to change. Additionally, what happens is a lot of times people may have this feeling where they want to just release hurt, or they want to let things go, and they just don't want to hurt anymore. They don't want to have fear anymore. They don't want to have upset, but ultimately they also don't want to have negative circumstances in their life. So they want to get rid of those. And yet they're thinking and feeling and perceiving in the same way, and even actions and being. And so ultimately, to really change, we have to change the way we think about things. When we change the way we think about things, or the way we see things, or the way that we feel about things, that's when we start to create a change. Because as you know, likely if you're here, our brains have neural pathways. So we think in terms of patterns. We have emotional patterns and feelings that are patterned ways of thinking and feeling. And so when we start to embrace the change, we also have to make it a pattern to be able to create a real change and then get it into the subconscious mind. And so the reason that I share this, and I want to really focus on this, is because all too often people are maybe changing a little bit, or they want to change and they want to let go of the hurt, but they're not really rewiring the mind at a deeper level. They're not changing the way they're thinking about something, they're feeling about something, or the pattern continues on. And so we might have a momentary change, if you will, where somebody can let go of hurt in a moment, but then it comes back because they're thinking and feeling and perceiving in the same way. And it's also a patterned way of thinking in the same way. And so that's the insight that I want to share with you today, is that change has a depth to it, and you really want to think about establishing new patterns of thinking, new patterns of feeling, looking at things in a new way, feeling in a new way, and not just for a moment, but ongoing. So it becomes a new pattern. So it's like the alphabet, for example. The alphabet is the same. We know the alphabet, it's the same, it's exactly. So what happens is, when I say patterned way of thinking about things and feeling about things, we have patterns of perception, patterns of thinking, patterns of feeling that are really wired in by our subconscious mind. So one person might look at something as a victim. Another person might perceive something and think of something in terms of judgment, or being critical, or as feeling sympathy. And so all of these ways of thinking and feeling are all patterned ways of thinking and feeling. And so often people will take a situation or a circumstance and they try to just get rid of it. Oh, the circumstance from when they're 5 or when they're 20 or whatever it was. But we want to remember that to create that real change, we really need to change the subconscious mind at a deeper level. And that's when it becomes life-changing and healing and transformative, is that deeper level of embracing change. All right. So that's today's insight. And so if you get clear on what it is and how you want to change your mind and establish new patterned ways of thinking and feeling, it becomes pivotal. And so that's today's quick insight, embracing real change, not just, okay, well, let me release this or release that, but really creating that change at a deeper level. So that's today's quick insight. And I want to ask you, as always, please do hit the share button on this message. Share it with somebody you love, somebody you care about, or somebody you don't even know, because the more that every single person is empowered and loved and loving and happy and healthy, the better this world is for all of us. I mean, imagine if everybody embraces the ability to really change themselves and change their life. Just beautiful. And so it has been such a pleasure connecting with you, and I wish you a most incredible, happy, healthy, loving rest of your day. And I look forward to connecting with you on the next episode. We'll see you there.